I've been getting a lot of rejections lately. I'm an independent board game designer, so I pitch my games to publishers with the hopes that they will want to license my game and bring it to market. So naturally, I deal with a lot of rejection. Most of my pitches end in a no. So this video is going to focus on dealing with rejection from publishers as a board game designer. But a lot of these principles apply to dealing with a romantic or other kind of rejection or loss. In the past 7 years of actively pitching my games, I've gotten 4 yeses. And I'm so grateful for those 4 yeses. But the no's still hurt. And I still have to navigate through the feelings that come up when my ideas are rejected. So I haven't signed a new game in 2 years. That's 2 years of no's. But I'm trying to average getting 1 new game signed every year if I have any hope of being a full-time board game designer. So having 2 years of all no's is bringing my average way down, and I'm finding it a bit tougher to deal with so many no's when I haven't gotten a yes in a while. So I made this list to help me deal with so much rejection. And hopefully it'll help you too. I've used many of these principles over the years because being able to healthily manage your reaction to rejections can greatly help you succeed as a designer. Because rejection is inevitable in this industry, but it's necessary to get to the yeses. So number 1, sit with your feelings. A lot of people say, just don't let it bother you. Well, we're not all robots like you, Elon. And more than likely, you will feel sad or disappointed or angry or any number of other feelings. And it's okay to feel those feelings rather than ignore or avoid them. One way you can do this is by doing what's called the burrito wrap. Wrap yourself in 1 or 2 or 3 blankets and breathe deeply in and out and let whatever feelings you're having wash over and through you. You'll be amazed at how much better you'll feel. Number 2, journal or talk it out. Letting your disappointment out will lift a big weight off your shoulders. I'm not a huge journaler, so I don't usually write things out. I'll either talk to myself out loud or talk to a friend or family member about it. But I really should try journaling. I've heard there are great benefits to getting your thoughts and feelings out of your head and onto paper, just like getting your game ideas out of your head and onto paper. So let's try it. Why every game I submit opportunity always a no, making you not any more games to you. Feeling better already. Number 3, do a mindless, healthy activity. I like to do dishes or fold laundry after doing something stressful, like a speed pitch event. But they can also make me feel better after getting a rejection. First, it gets my mind off the rejection and makes me focus on the task at hand. And I feel better after I've accomplished a small, easy task like doing the dishes or folding laundry. Number 4, move your body. Go for a walk or go to the gym and move your body. You will always feel better after getting your blood pumping and your endorphins going. Put on your favorite music and go for a walk outside, and you'll feel better almost right away. And be sure to bring a water bottle with you. Being dehydrated will only make you feel worse, so stay hydrated. Number 5, practice self-compassion. While you're on your walk, remind yourself that a no to your game is not a criticism of you as a person or a board game designer. We can sometimes take rejection personally. I know I've been doing this a bit lately, rather than seeing it as your game just not being a right fit for that publisher. Remind yourself of the accomplishments you have made as a designer, and remind yourself that the publishers are not trying to hurt your feelings or bring you down. It just wasn't a right fit for them, and that's fine. A great way to not be so hard on yourself is to think of, and ideally say out loud, 3 things that you like about yourself personally or as a board game designer. And this would be a great thing to do on a daily basis. Number 6, practice gratitude. I've started saying 3 things I'm grateful for every night before I go to sleep, and it's amazing how good it makes me feel. I almost immediately feel less stressed and in a better mood. The next time I get a rejection letter from a publisher, I'm going to immediately say 3 things I'm grateful for and see how that makes me feel. Number 7, do something fun. Do a puzzle, watch a movie, play a board game. Do something that brings you joy. And if no one is around to play a board game with, you can play with strangers on Board Game Arena. Number 8, sing it out. I always feel better after I sing. I have some karaoke playlists on Spotify, so I'll put one of those on and just let it out, man. You live, you learn, you love, you learn, you cry, you learn, you lose, you learn, you bleed, you learn, you scream. you learn. Number 9, don't dwell. I know it can be easy to dwell on the rejection and let it bring you down, and maybe even stop you from making more games. Don't let it. You have so many games in you. Spin these wheels that I made, set a timer for 10 minutes and brainstorm a new game. Or take the feedback that the publisher hopefully gave you and update your prototype. Then schedule your next playtest to see if the changes you made improve the game. Now, these last 2 points are probably the most important. Number 10, don't put the publisher on a pedestal. There are plenty of publishers out there, and if you're getting positive feedback from playtesters, you will find a publisher. You just have to keep pitching to many different publishers. Just like if your crush rejects you and you say,
"But I'll never find anyone as good as them."
I'm sorry, but that's a bunch of You built them up in your head, and if they said no to you, then they're not the right fit. And there are plenty of other publishers out there who could possibly be an even better fit. This is why I love speed pitch events. You pitch to many publishers in a row, so you don't have time to dwell on any no's you get because you're quickly moving on to the next publisher. And the last super important point to remember, don't put your game on a pedestal. You are capable of coming up with many game ideas. This is not the best game you will ever make. And if multiple publishers are saying no, then it's likely time to move on to another game. You can always come back to it and address the issues of why it was getting rejected. Or maybe after some space, you'll realize it wasn't really that good. And now you can understand why the publishers weren't as excited about it as you were. Well, I hope this video was helpful for you. And I just want you to know that you are doing great. Putting yourself out there and getting rejected and then still continuing to put yourself out there takes a lot of courage. I'm proud of you and I hope you keep going. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Coming up around the bend, you live, you learn.